This is Mr. X. He is the copywriter behind the company that grew to over $100 million a year in revenue, and they did it in 2 years. And he used this simple copywriting secret I'm going to teach you that you can use immediately. And I used it on my own BNSN.AI sales letter, and we increased our sales and conversion rate by 4.3 times in 24 hours. That's more than 4 times the sales from this one simple formula. I'm going to show you the proof today. I'm Jon Benson, and this is Sales Copy Secrets. All right, in case you missed my last video, right here, you may want to watch that first, then come back to this one immediately because I cover this simple copywriting secret in that video briefly, plus 4 other formulas that you must know in 2024 if you want to grow your marketing or copywriting business to 7 figures or more. I call this the blind solution formula, and here is a brief recap. You're going to take any email or sales letter lead that you currently have and remove any indication of what the solution is. Your only objective is to pique their curiosity and keep them reading or watching. Now, this works so well today due to the crazy limitations on our attention spans, all the apps and stuff bombarding us with so much information, so many people with so many different solutions. Basically, people are going to tune out unless you can really grab their attention. Now, here's what happened when I added this formula to the existing sales page for Benson, my AI copywriting app offer. Check this out. We went from $5.36 earnings per click and 2.32% conversion rate at $11.57 for each unique click to get this. And this was literally overnight, $9.27 per click, almost $50 per unique visitor, and an insane 9.89% conversion rate, almost 10% conversion rate. From the day I made this change, we made over 4 times the money on this page. It's just nuts. All right, I'm going to hand this off to Time Warp Jon. Time Warp Jon is my younger, scrawnier doppelganger taking my place so I can go have a pizza. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to have a pizza. I'm actually going to go do some work. But Time Warp Jon is a hell of a good teacher. Take it away, younger, skinny Jon. All right, I'm over here in Benson, and I'm going to show you Mr. X's incredible, insane, extraordinarily profitable VSL lead that Benson has learned, and we've used that learning to create a similar version to his incredible, amazing, profitable lead for something called the 5-Day Get Book Reviews Challenge. So it's completely not related to what Mr. X writes, the topic he writes for. This is being used in Benson as training, so it's the easiest way for me to show it to you without revealing his actual letter, which is proprietary. Now, if I wanted to in Benson, I just pulled up one of the many VSLs that we have inside that are frameworks. I could click here and get a completely different lead for this sales letter just this fast. This fast. So this is an incredible lead as well, by the way. So I would just show this to you maybe in another video, but you get the idea. It's writing boom like that because Benson's been trained specifically on frameworks and how to translate those frameworks into anything that you are selling. But for today, we're going to go with option 1, which I know was basically based on Mr. X's $50 or $60 million VSL lead. So very simple stuff here. Let's break it down really quick. Starts off with, here's the simple truth. Book reviews are everything in the publishing world. Okay, so we're establishing one thing. There's one thing that you want your reader to understand. One thing. This is everything in the publishing world. So whatever you're talking about has to be the thing, the one thing. And this is the first line in the VSL, and it gets somebody instantly hooked. And then we deviate from this is everything. And if you are struggling with it, you'll never get X. This is the thing that you have to solve in order to get X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z being the things that they want. Enjoy the success and satisfaction of being a published author. And then we purposely use an NLP term, but. Because, why? Negative, positive. This is called push, pull. He starts with a push. I'm pushing you away, struggling, you don't want this, but we're going to use that term because anything that comes before but, you forget. Here's the good news. It doesn't matter if you wrote your first book or if you've been writing for decades and you can't get reviews. So who are we setting up here? It doesn't matter if you're a total beginner or you've been doing this for decades. He's masterfully doing this with 2 simple sentences. So this will work for anyone. So he broadens the horizons of his audience significantly. All your review problems, every single one, can be solved in just 5 days. And there's the hook. There's the hook that he's going to emphasize throughout this VSL lead. You can do this in 5 days. Every problem that you have solved in 5 days related to one specific thing, and that's what he opened his lead with. Now, then Derek, who is the guy who this is actually for, and Derek's a person, he actually works on the Benson staff, and he does book stuff on in his own business. So, and right here, right now, I'm going to show you a simple method that transforms your struggles and failures into a flood of book reviews. Now, notice what Mr. X did here. This transforms. He's using a plural verb. In other words, it puts an S on the end of the verb, and you'll see this throughout this lead. When you put an S on the end of a verb, it goes from this can transform your struggles, blah, 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 to this transforms your struggles and failures. Okay? It does it for you. It feels like it's automatic. It feels like it's just going to happen. And that is the power of using plural verbs versus verbs that are not plural or verbs that end in ing. They're ing verbs I use as well. Those are useful, but plural verbs are really cool. Transforms your struggles and failures. Okay? It's not just struggles, it's failures. And it transforms them into a flood of book reviews. So in other words, it takes something that you're suffering with and flips it into the very thing that you're craving. Why do you need this? Because it will get your book noticed, attract more readers, instantly give you credibility. So he doesn't just say, oh, you'll get a flood of book reviews. Now, we're starting off with a lot of stuff about book reviews. He sets the stage right here. They're everything in the publishing world. He doesn't even have to prove it. He's just stating it. It's just a matter of fact, as if it's already assumed. It's called presupposition, and he's doing it really well. But now he's going to tell you why you want a flood of book reviews. Your book's going to get noticed. You're going to attract more readers. It's going to instantly give you credibility to be a successful author, even if you're just starting out and haven't written a single article. So it doesn't matter if you're just a beginner, and it works consistently. Then he says this, I know it's a big promise. What is he doing here? He's addressing skepticism by saying, look, I get it. You may be skeptical, but he doesn't say you may be skeptical. Notice what he's doing here. It's completely genius. It's not, I know you may doubt this, or this is hard to believe. I've seen this all over the place. Oh, I know that's hard to believe. You don't want to put phrases like hard to believe into the mind of your prospect. That is very bad. Okay. What you want to say is, I know it's a big promise. A big promise is something that's really good. Oh, that's a big promise. You're promising me something big. He's flipped it into something positive, and he did it with just 2 words, big promise. And if you're thinking, so he doesn't just assume, he says, if you're thinking, but Derek, I've tried everything to get reviews. I get it. I totally get it. What is this called? Validation. He's validating right off the bat. Look at everything he is doing in the very first 15 sentences of this lead. All the psychological principles that are involved in these sentences. By the way, this was written by Benson in about 30 seconds. So if you're wanting to bypass having to figure all this out on your own, great. Get Benson, link down below, because it's not just this. Obviously, we've trained it on hundreds of the most profitable VSL, sales letter, email campaigns, ads, everything you can think of. Now, I get it, but he's using NLP correctly. Look, I've tried everything, but because he wants the reader to forget I've tried everything, but this is where you use the word but. A lot of people think falsely that you never use the word but. You always use yet or whatever. But I've taught that many, many times. You do use the word yet rather than but because you don't want someone to forget what you just said if it's positive. But if you're talking about really negative things and you go but, they're going to be forgotten by the subconscious. It's like when you compliment somebody and you go, hey, listen, you're great, you're awesome, you're so good looking, you're talented, but don't you just hate that? And what comes after the word but? Because it just nullifies everything that I just said. So I said, hey, I've done everything to get reviews. And he goes, I get it, validates it. But let me ask you this. All of a sudden your mind is on a different topic. He's going to go to something that's going to nail this point home. How many book marketing strategies have you tried that were taught by someone who overcame the same hurdles you're facing right now and ended up with over 5,000 positive reviews as an unknown author? Wow. Okay, so he's laying down credentials in 2 sentences. No long stories here, 2 simple sentences. I bet not many. That's probably true. Because, notice how he starts sentences with the word because. This is a very, very powerful copywriting tactic because it continues the train of thought. Now he calls it my 5-day review hack. And this is called a lead hook in Benson. This is the lead hook. You could actually start with this. You could start the first sentences with this. He doesn't choose to do that. You don't have to. But now you've got the reader really hooked in, because by now you're really stacking on the benefits and the pain points, the credentials, and now he calls it a review hack. And my review hack method, you could even edit. This is the first edit I've seen, by the way, that I would edit. One word. My review hack gives you, notice that again, the use of the plural verb gives. I mean, this is a masterclass in copywriting. It really is. Gives you, like in other words, it just hands it to you, the reviews you need so your book gets noticed and you can relax and start living a life where you're in control. Now we're going into much bigger things. Now you're in control of your life, even if you struggle to get reviews your entire writing career. Notice he's always doing this. You'll get this even if this. Push, pull, push, pull. You'll get something positive even if there's something bad. You've struggled all my life. It's push, pull throughout this whole thing. That's why I urge you to focus for the next few minutes so I can share this 5-day method right here in this short video. What's he doing? Expectations. He's setting expectations. Few minutes, short video. Guess how long the video was? About an hour. Okay. See, short is relative. And they've got a $100 million business and they're doing it with VSLs that are 40 to 60 minutes long. Right here in this short video. Short is relative. It's not 3 hours long, so it's only 45 minutes, let's say. Right? Short video. So this urges someone to stick around because it feels easy to do, because he did it again. I'm committed to making sure that after today, you never struggle with getting book reviews again. Look at this. I'm committed to you never struggling again. Who doesn't want to pay attention to someone that says, I'm committed to you never being in pain again? So next time you publish a book, you don't have to hope for reviews. That's so awesome. You don't have to hope. There's no hope here. Instead, you have the confidence strategy. Get them every single time. Now look at this. No more begging friends. No more violating terms of service. Benson just pulled that out of the ether. I wouldn't think of violating terms of service, but that's exactly correct. Benson knew to say that. No more feeling lost because you don't know where to start. What are all these? Objections. I don't want to have to beg my friends. I don't want to violate terms of service. I hate not knowing where to start. Those are things that the reader is objecting to. I don't want these things. Well, no more, no more, no more. Anaphora is what that's called. It's a Greek word that it refers to the repetition of words and phrases over and over again in the sequence. Look at this. No more, no more, no more. If you want to really drill something home in someone's head, use anaphora. So I use it all the time with the word get. You'll get this, get this, get this. So get. They see it 5 times. And guess what that's doing in the subconscious mind? You want to get something, i.e. get the offer. Bottom line, you're about to uncover the real root cause. Now, notice there's only one of your review problems and exactly what it takes to fix them for good. So now he's pivoted to, he's got a hack he's going to tell you about, but it's also going to uncover the root cause. In other words, you don't even know what the cause is. Because the truth is, you've been told, everything you've been told is wrong. And then he literally listed off things like begging friends for reviews, bothering strangers for reviews, paying for reviews. All these tactics are like putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds. What a great line. Okay. Because, again, they don't fix the real issue you or anyone else struggles with getting. So this isn't just about you. It's about everyone. This is a universal problem everyone's got wrong. So what is this called? It's called contrarian. He is being contrarian. He is saying everyone else is wrong. I'm right. Everyone else is dead wrong about this. That's awesome. So he's blended multiple styles of copywriting, presupposition, contrarian, inside this one lead. And he's using NLP and turn phrases left and right, using anaphora, using all sorts of very advanced level copy that, guess what? I didn't have to know any of this. I just clicked a button in Benson, which is cool, but I happen to know all this. Obviously, I'm a professional copywriter, so I'm just showing you so you can apply this to your own writing. Now, it doesn't matter if you spend endless hours writing, investing heavily in promotions, or watching tons of YouTube guides, nothing will ever change. I love the tons of YouTube guides. Like you're watching YouTube on how to get book reviews or how to publish your own book. Nothing will ever change. This is just bold, simple writing. Look at these. Look how many sentences he has that are super short. Things like begging friends for reviews, 4 words, begging strangers for 4 words, or paying for reviews, 4 words. Nothing will ever change. 4 words. Do you think this is like on purpose? These are short. I bet not many. These are short, punchy sentences, just like an excellent copywriter should be writing. Okay, look at this. Because they don't fix the real issue, you or anyone struggles with it, and unless you address this one root cause, again, one thing, it doesn't matter. If you do all that stuff, nothing will ever change. Just look at these authors who have tried everything you've probably seen in blogs, websites, and YouTubes, and he put his testimonials here. Now, we didn't put the testimonials there because we don't want to reveal any testimonials of real people, but you would put your testimonials right here. This early on in the VSL or sales page, Jon? Yes, absolutely. But do you think that they mentioned the product name in the testimonials? No. You want to mention either the hook name, the positive hook, like if it's a unique mechanism, or nothing at all. Just saying, using Derek's strategies, I was able to go from X to Y. And even better, get testimonials about the VSL itself, if this is a VSL or a webinar, and say, watching this video changed my life when it came down to, in this case, getting book reviews. Wow, that will just slay. Let me tell you, that will slay. You should definitely check that out. And if it were just these 2 authors, now he's got 2 here, it'd be one thing. But this 5-day review hack works for even the most struggling authors. So you don't want to put more than 2 or 3 here, by the way. Save those for later. You're just preceding testimonials, but make the testimonials vague. Don't mention an offer. Just say what name, whoever you are, in this case, Derek, what Derek taught me changed my life. Went from this to this. Or watching this video changed my life. I did this from this. So watching this video is even better. Now look at this. This 5-day review hack works even for the most struggling authors, including those who've never sold more than 100 copies. Look how specific this is. This is what you want. Specificity in copy sells. It sells. So now we're getting extremely specific. We're not saying if you've barely been selling books, you haven't sold even 100 copies. Okay? Or even you're just starting out, so you haven't sold 1. All these authors had similar doubts until, look at this. They had the same doubts as you, validation, until they saw the flood of reviews rolling in and gained the confidence to finally make their book a success. Look how many times he mentions confidence. Because Benson knows, that's the he here, that confidence is critical to someone writing a book, that they lack it. They lack the confidence to do it. So he's hammering on confidence. After completing my 5-day process, these authors realize what you're about to discover. So what's he doing here? Anchoring. This is anchoring other authors who have succeeded to the author watching the video or reading the sales letter, right? All you need to do is follow my review hack to the letter, back to the review hack. Then in no time at all, 5 days to be precise. So he doesn't just say in no time, you'll see a huge surge of book reviews. He says in no time at all, 5 days to be precise. So if this was a supplement, you might say, look, 10 seconds to be precise, because that's how long it takes to take a supplement, or 3 weeks if you want to give the results for what you see when you take the supplement. But you get the idea. You'll see a huge surge of book reviews like you've never seen. So here's what you need to do right now. Turn off all distractions, silence all notifications, give me your full attention, NLP command, for the next several minutes. It's not for the next hour, because just go back and watch this review again and you'll see how many times Mr. X does this. And also Jon does this. It's a technique that I teach. So I'd like to think maybe he got it from me. You search for, because I promise you search for a solution to get reviews, your search for a solution to get book reviews, it's over. I promise you, all of your pain is about to end, and the beginning of your successful book publishing journey as an author who gets noticed, the second time Benson's noticed that, and has credibility and trust of readers more than you never imagined. It all starts right now. And that is the lead that Mr. X, his lead sounds different, obviously, because he's writing it for a completely different market. Benson just simply modeled the framework and recreated that lead for a completely different offer. But the framework is all these parts that I'm dissecting for you is the framework. In other words, Benson says, okay, start here with a leading term like because, use anaphora, use this here. That's the framework. So we break this out into this very cool framework that Benson can learn, and that's what we've done here. And I wanted to give this to you as a teaching tool that you could use right now. I hope this has been helpful.